Hi, welcome to PodCamp. Come on in.
Good morning!
All right, good job.
How's everybody?
Awake now.
How is everybody doing? All right, so last session of PodCamp. I'm Courtenay Rogers.
No, there's one more. There's Ignite.
Oh, there is Ignite. There is Ignite after this, and free beer. So I'll just go as quickly as possible. Does that work? My name is Courtenay Rogers, and I own a creative design and marketing firm in downtown Franklin. My brother actually started the company 4 years ago. He's the creative. I'm not creative at all. I'm more of the taskmaster, task project manager type. But when I think about social media, I think a lot about basic etiquette and basic networking. I am a Navy brat, so I've lived 18 places in almost 32 years. So if I didn't make friends really quickly, I had no friends because I was moving in here. So ever since I was little, I was like the kid that would run up to people and say, "Hi, I'm Courtenay, will you be my friend?" So in a way, yeah. So I know I love meeting people. I love connecting people. So I look at social media as just an extension of networking. I want to talk a little bit about basic networking. Whether or not you're a business owner, looking for a job, anything like that, there are some pretty specific guidelines for networking. One is understand where you're going and what your goal is when you're there. So if it's a pod camp, a bar camp, I mean, we're at a bar, we're drinking, it's fun, it's laid back, wear jeans, do whatever you want to, it's pretty chill. But let's say you're at like a chamber after hours, or you're at a hoity-toity type of, everyone's in their suits type of thing.
You gotta wear high heels.
1, dress appropriately. 2, bring business cards. Who in here has business cards on them? Raise your hand. Okay, that's pretty good. 3, what side does your name tag go on if you don't have a lanyard? What side, does anyone know what side your name tag goes on?
Goes over your heart?
Right.
Goes on your right side, because when I shake your hand, I'm going to look right down your arm to your name tag. Networking is all about walking up, introducing yourself, but not being like that guy or that girl that all you do is you're like, "Hi, I'm Courtenay and I do this and I'm fabulous and I'm wonderful and me. The whole point is to talk to people and ask engaging questions. Listen. When you ask a question, it's really cool. If you shut up and listen, it's amazing what you'll learn about somebody. Also, eye contact. So yes, networking is about meeting as many people as you can, but if I'm talking with someone, but the whole time they're talking and I'm like looking around, looking for the next best thing, I'm not really engaged with that person. Talking about networking and social media, when you're building your digital community, so you are building up your followers, you're building up your Facebook, you've got your LinkedIn profile, it's really important to have your most up-to-date information. Because if I met you and I want to go Twitter stalk you, which I do, if I want to Facebook stalk you, or find you on LinkedIn, if your information is not accurate and up to date, it's not going to do much for me. It also doesn't say that much about you. I mean, it may just be because you forgot, but if you have old information on there where I can't get in touch with you, then it's not going to be helpful at all. So just like you wouldn't pass out a business card that had a bad cell phone number on it, think about all your profiles, whatever they may be, as well as your website. So if you've got a company and you've got a website, keep it as up-to-date as possible. Let's see. I'm really passionate about building a local community. I happen to live in Franklin, so it's a small town. It's not, obviously it's not Nashville. But when you meet people, be thinking about, okay, where do they fit into my digital community? Where do they fit into my digital world? So you know somebody who owns a dress shop, you know somebody who does this, does that, especially on Twitter. I like to do this. When someone says, "Hey, I'm looking for someone to fix my car," if you know somebody, throw it out there. It's just like when you're networking and you meet somebody face to face and they're like, "Oh yeah, I need somebody to do my business cards." If you know somebody, you're going to give the information. Do the same thing in your digital world. With Facebook and building your Facebook fan page, if you're really excited about someone that you know and they do great work, ask your friends to become fans of theirs. I mean, that's basically digital networking. Rather than having to get to a cocktail party or to a networking event to meet, you can meet online. Another thing, always ask the questions rather than talking about yourself. I try to do, like, social media-wise, I try to talk about 10 people or 10 things before I talk about myself.
What info would you recommend putting on business cards?
Business cards, first of all, you should have a business card that you can write on. So black business cards are really cool. If you carry like pretty silver pens with you all the time that you can write on them with. Did that for a client, not a good idea. So have at least one of the sides somewhat blank to where like I can write down Danny, graphic designer, met at PodCamp or something like that. You need obviously your name, your email address. If you're big on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, I would put that on there. And your website, hopefully you have a website. And you could do your LinkedIn profile if that's something that's really big, but at least your basics.
For the love of God, don't have an email signature that's like 8 lines long.
Yeah.
If you do have a lot of info that you want to keep out, why not try using bullets or dashes and keep some of the information next to each other? One of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm in a volley of emails with someone, and if I want to know what they wrote me to begin with, I have to scroll for 3 years.
Yeah. Email signatures, basic information. I love the email signatures that have like 87 attachments to them, so that when I push send, I have to like ignore all these attachments. So, simple. Realize that not everyone uses up-to-date computers. Not everyone uses a Mac, not everyone uses a PC. So there's people are going to receive your information and read it differently depending on the type of computer or mobile phone or whatever it is that you're using. So keep it simple.